This is Leaf Life. All things cannabis for all people. Now, Ricker and the Bearded Lorax.
We publish a free magazine called The Leaf that is available in print in 14 states. You've seen it. It's at your local cannabis retailer, and it's also available online at leafmagazines.com. My name is Mike. Ricker's the last name. Your host of Leaf Life, with my partner at The Leaf and co-host Wes Abney. Actually, I'm his partner, also known as the Bearded Lorax.
I speak for the trees.
And of course, there's AJOG.
Hola, aloha, OG.
And Mary J. White.
Baked with love.
Welcome to the second half of this Leaf Life show called Mural Art. In just a moment, we'll get into how cannabis murals can be a cultural and visual improvement to a city's barren buildings. And we'll spin AJ's wheel to see what products JUAN GANJAGOD, who is an accomplished muralist who focuses on cannabis depictions, this show's Greg the Guinea Pig, is going to be trying next. But first it's time for Who Does That?
Really? You gotta be kidding.
No way!
Seriously?
Utterly perplexing.
Who does that, Mary J. White?
Well, this is,
The Bearded Lorax.
no.
I never want to end up on one of these segments.
He says that every time. Mary?
I'm
Horrible.
I just got an idea.
Me too.
The
Stay
Bearded
tuned.
Lorax.
Stay tuned.
It's going to be good.
Who does that?
Um,
The Bearded Lorax.
The hottest prescription on the market right now. A quick fix for shedding those unwanted pounds.
Zoloft?
Ozempic.
Ozempic.
Ozempic. Anyway,
By the way, I've never seen that commercial. Is that a commercial?
we just made it up.
Pretty. You guys were
Anyway,
on point.
Brilliant.
So, injected once per week, stomach, arm, thigh, whatever. Ozempic and the other one, Wegovy. But they help the pancreas release the right amount of insulin. It helps you feel less hungry. You get full, you stay full, and all of a sudden you're skinny. Okay? Ooh, how great. Well, it turns out that Ozempic is causing quite a bit of problems. Yes, it's causing a lot of problems, including blurred vision, kidney failure, gallstones, diarrhea, nausea,
Lord.
bloating. And you
My
know who's
goodness.
having all these terrible, terrible side effects?
Who?
Not me.
Famous motherfuckers. A-listers. That's who does it.
Ooh, I see who does
Hollywood.
it.
That's who does it.
A-listers.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
And I would say don't, because don't you think that like blurred vision and near-death experience is worse than 10 extra pounds?
Well, at least they
Not
tell you that in the
worth it.
commercials.
Well, that's
may
true.
May cause blurred difference.
Yeah.
It's a kidney failure.
It's a diabetic drug
Yes.
for people with diabetes.
Oh,
but
that
then they've
too?
discovered it has this effect. But when you lose a huge amount of weight really rapidly, people are losing bone density,
Yep.
muscle connectivity tissue.
Wow.
They're losing muscular density. So you're not just losing fat because you kind of starve yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of people, because you're just not hungry.
Yeah.
And so it's like your body goes into starvation mode. And your body will eat everything.
Yeah.
Not just
Starts
your
breaking
fat.
things down.
So it's not a
Damn.
good way
Yeah, don't be
for
doing it.
most people to lose a little weight. Try
Yeah.
THCV.
There you go.
Yeah.
And the gym. You know?
That's right.
I like
Preach,
that.
Lorax.
Hey,
That's right.
Lorax
Way better.
wisdoms.
Ozempic. Look like Barbie tomorrow. Mary J. White, thank you very much. Who does that? Pharmaceutical companies.
And rich people.
All right, AJ, spin that wheel. Let's see what one's going to be hitting next.
All right, y'all. So another, there we go. All right, we got another awesome pre-roll. This time we got infused pre-roll. So solventless rosin pre-roll, and this is bubble hash actually. Well, it's
nice.
solventless infused and then rolled in bubble hash.
You're getting fucked up, bro.
Yeah,
Nice.
this is gonna be fire, bro. And it
That's
also
a
has
sativa?
It's a sativa, yeah. It has a really bomb nose on it.
Fog City.
All right, let's get this lit.
I might have a taste of that.
Fog City out of Cali.
I usually don't smoke on the show, right? I try to keep my head straight, but
Come
also,
on.
like, look at
Come
how
on.
this
I'll smoke
is
with one.
Beautiful. Look at how it's rolled, you guys. I know it's on fire right now, but I'm just trying to I like to
Roll it
burn
out.
through that top. Bless up cannabis. Oh yeah.
She's waving it like it's a
Job, Mary.
sage stick.
Yeah, you gotta bless up, bruh.
Dude, down on Sundays I go to the Venice Beach
Sacred
Drum
herb.
Circle.
I saw that on your Insta.
Yeah, and there's so much fucking sage there.
There you go,
Yeah,
let's go in.
the people who attend, and people have been
concentrate's
going
coming.
for like 30 fucking years, dude. It's been
Yeah.
going on forever, and it's a real drum circle, legit. And there's sage everywhere. People just carry around sage sticks, just waving it in your face and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. I go home smelling like sage, feeling like the spirits are out. The demons have been exorcised.
I don't know, bro.
And I will say this, those drum circles, that vibration, I know we did formerly of frequency healing. The vibration's kind of like a sound bath. That
Absolutely.
drums go through you, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, bruh.
Oh, drumming is
different.
the most visceral,
Oh,
basic
that's the word.
beat of
Ooh,
life.
See that, Jay? All right.
It is strong.
It's really keepy.
Dude.
Is it Kiwi? Wow.
It's
Keefy.
That's because I'm Kiefer Sutherland.
I don't know. It's pretty strong,
Georgia
Ricker.
O'Keefe. So let's talk about cannabis murals, brother. I mean, obviously you didn't do a cannabis mural at the Kansas City Royals
Nah.
Stadium, right?
Nah.
But that's, your main claim to fame is doing cannabis art.
Right.
Hold on, Wes. Hold your fucking horses, man.
You need to put it out.
I'm
This is too much smoke.
Oh, because of the.
Yeah, the
Okay, you can't just.
It's burning really like loud. Yeah. It's
Thanks, Mom.
A lot of smoke, but.
So
well,
where
we're
do we
inside.
go? Like, at what point are cities going to be okay with drawing a fat pot leaf in the middle of the town? Or is it just going to be relegated to cannabis retail shops?
It's funny because at first I was trying so hard to get into a retail shop or like a dispensary, and there's so many laws against like displaying the leaf, like or just like the bud or whatever. So I had to that's why I started painting it zoomed in and macro weed because no one could tell what I was painting. So that was like how I got past that. And then just a big step, just getting in there, dispensaries and painting like dab bars and all that was like a real big thing. And I also have a friend that paints as well, like Charms. He's really amazing. He started painting outside and
What's he called?
Charms. He's a legend.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
And like this is like in the Habit Heart days. I painted for Habit Heart,
Yep.
That was a retail chain.
Yeah. And then I painted big murals inside Refine, like Seattle, like Extracted laboratories.
Yeah,
Dude.
they're Leaf Bowl award-winning Refined and Extracted and Northwest
They're
Concentrates.
really good people, and I've been working with them since the start of like legal cannabis and before then. So like, shout out to Refine and
Yo.
Extracted. Yeah.
Say that, no
And-
doubt.
But yeah, I think Seattle would be like the city that would accept it more outside the buildings first. But
Or Colorado. Wes and I were in Denver,
Denver
4 or
for
5
sure.
years ago recording Leaf Live shows. And we did some mushrooms and we got those scooters and we tooled around and there was mural art all over the city.
A lot of sanctioned graffiti art.
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I don't
Sweet.
recall seeing any cannabis art
Right.
in the city. So there's like zoning or there's just none allowed. So the murals are all done inside, right?
Right.
Because if you go to a retail shop, they'll have beautiful murals on
Yeah.
the side of their building. But now that you mention it, I don't see weed plants in those
Not
murals.
too much.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of codes in the laws of the states, like cannabis programs that are just really like I wish weren't, like, especially Seattle's like you can't sell retail things in like if you're a bud company, you can't sell like t-shirts of your company in there. But yeah, because like I want to have art shows in the dispensaries and be able to sell my art or whatever there,
Right.
and they don't like that.
Well-
mixing retail or anything that's not.
Fog City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering though, like with your art, I mean, what about t-shirts and stuff like that? I mean, would spreading it out that way,
You
sort
have
of
to be a big dude for a mural.
That's not what
Paint
I
me.
meant.
No, but yeah. Do you have some of your artwork in print, like in merch in any way? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, it's there's like a lot of ways to get your art out there, but like murals is like you're not at like people walk up and see that it like
Yeah.
you're like in their lives all of a sudden. Like you don't really get that with like people are like pretty much giving you permission to like when you open a book or a magazine or whatever, you're like,
You're saying
giving permission to be like hit by art or whatever when you open it. But like murals and graffiti is like, boom. Like,
it's part of the culture. It's part of like the culture and the meaning that y'all take to it.
Yeah. So like, I really,
not
like,
too much about reproducing your stuff, it sounds like.
Yeah, like even on a small level, like when I started taking I painted murals at dispensaries and they get knocked down, and then I'm like trying to figure out like how I can like salvage it or somehow or whatever, but then they end up painting it or not. So I started like getting a bunch of canvases and like making these portable murals that they could like
dope.
Get a mural size like coverage on the wall, but like it'll stack up real small and like they can go to their next location, or I could ship it overseas or whatever. Like
smart.
Instead of a big panel or whatever. So
so a lot of art
GANJAGOD.
gets demolished.
Yeah.
When the building goes, so does the art.
It's so sad. And I've
It
done
is
like coffee
sad.
shops and like
Some of the stuff you've
Japanese
done,
bars
some of your
and
stuff is iconic, bro. Like the first ever dab bar in the entire state. You know what I mean? I remember your art was sick, and I remember walking in there and seeing you're getting it done, getting it ready for the boys. I was dropping off, I was moving my things, and like, dude, you're a legend in the city, no doubt.
And that bar is also like where I like met so many that's where I met like Gold Leaf and all like
so
all
many
these
of the
brands
homies,
that are,
right?
like,
Where was
502.
that? Where was the dab bar?
In the U district, dude.
Well,
Yeah,
it was a bar, like an actual.
the first ever dab bar.
College kids would like on break
Have a
go
Heart.
there,
The Have a Heart Cafe.
buy a $5 dab and then go back to class. It's crazy.
It was an actual bar.
The
like
Have a Heart
like
Cafe.
like a liquor bar.
You can go sit.
No.
Not a consumption bar.
It was a Have a Heart Cafe consumption for concentrates, and it was
Cannabis.
it was
On
in the
private
U
property.
district. No, it was in the U district. It was at Have a Heart's dispensary.
It was actually like medical only then.
Medical only.
So
So,
that's
you're a
it
club
was like-
member.
Those were like the golden years where I felt like it was like the closest to Amsterdam that we ever got.
Right?
No
Yeah.
doubt, dude.
Yeah.
I miss that. Really,
I really miss it too,
strong stuff.
man. And we just like interconnected with the community so much back then.
And a mural has a way to tell a story.
Yeah.
I think like when I think of murals, one of them is at the Museum of Flight, and it's like a mural of flight kind of through time.
That's here at Boeing
and it's
Field.
like you can tell a story in a large format art.
Right.
And I think that's something that is transcendent. And when you go to different places and they have mural art, like on a ferry, and it's like orcas and fish, and it transcends just something
it's
simple.
pretty much timeless too, like the Aztecs or the Mayans or just like the Egyptians, like the hieroglyphs, like the walls, like they depicted that. We're still looking at that, it's like have
Big
a little
time.
sliver of hope that it'll last.
The original
Yo.
mural art was the Egyptians, probably, right?
They're the first graffiti.
Or the cavemen.
Exactly.
Yo, can
Drawn
I
on
just
their
say
walls.
really quick, like, I just want to say thank you, though, to GANJAGOD, because what I'm hearing in this podcast and what I'm now understanding from your art is that you actually helped fight cannabis prohibition because you figured out how to still communicate your cannabis art in small versions and pixelated. And we knew what that was. As true stoner OGs, we knew what we were looking at. You remember seeing GANJAGOD art and being like, oh, that's dope. I never thought about a trichome looking like zoomed in like that, dude. So thank you, because that's what you did. And as an artist, you like figured it out. And like you said, you're not good at math, you're not an engineer, but you figured out how to break your models down so you could scale up. And not just that, in a macro level. That's unique, man. So thank you for doing that for
like
the
this
city.
little hashtag, like know your medicine era. Like I did that in like 2013, and I was really breaking down like the different trichome types, and like I was going in like making infographics and really educating with my art. And I just felt like I gave all of that away for free. I didn't get paid for none of that, and it was just like the
Passion.
most reposted, the most famous stuff that I've done. It was
Bro.
like crazy.
Passion.
For the plant.
For the
for the
plant and for the people.
Yeah.
Right on, Juan. Thank you very much, bro. You're a fucking OG. You're not even that old.
Yeah, well, yeah.
How old are you?
38.
Jeez,
God,
he
you look
looks
20.
like he's 25.
Yeah. Got baby face already.
All right, hey, brother.
That's
Well,
what's up.
that probably do a little better at this game
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of your age. So, do you know your slang?
Yo, peeps, it's about to get lit.
Hello, fellow teenager.
Bet. It's time to ask if you know your slang. Oh, this is gonna be crunk.
All right, brother. Do you know your slang?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think you do. we're going to test you just for the fuck of it. All right?
All right.
My guy's got a Seattle Kraken hat on.
Oh, yeah.
That's the hockey team here. And this is the Emerald City, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I live in the city of Angels.
I know, honey.
Yeah. And San Francisco's which
Angels
city?
and
Fox
demons.
City. Fox City?
City of by the bay. The
City of human poop.
Angelic demons that live in that city, bruh.
All right, here we go. Number 1. Know your slang. This is a term for poor quality or fake cannabis. It is also something that Wes's girlfriend Kelsey Lorax's gray tabby named Mimi likes to catch a buzz on before getting squirrely and chasing around Mac, his autistic orange brother. Or her, Mimi's a girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like boof mids, or what are you talking
Well,
about?
that's, it's something Wes's girlfriend's cat likes, bro.
Catnip.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, the catnip.
You got it right.
The catnip.
You got a little slip from Cape Town. All right, from Animal. All right, number 2. He's 1 for 1. In the United States in the late 1800s, this term originated from anti-immigration sentiment aimed at Mexicans who were fleeing their country's revolution and being labeled as crazed lunatics because they were, quote-unquote, high on marijuana. What was the term used?
Mota, marijuana.
Mota, it's a good guess, but it's wrong. The devil's lettuce.
Oh, that's where that
I
came
thought that was
from.
more generally associated with African American jazz.
That's a good point.
yes.
That's a good point.
It was. Well,
Marijuana is actually the word that made
100%.
us cannabis look better.
But the Mexicans were the first ones that came over
Yeah.
with, or were accused of being crazed.
It was
and,
marijuana.
And it was originally
spelled
called
with an
devil's
H.
lettuce. That's a trick question. You know what? You're
Nice.
fucking right. Give him a right
Yeah,
answer.
give me-
John.
hey, you're right.
That's right. It was the jazz musicians,
Yeah.
derogatory term, right?
Yeah.
Devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
And number 3. This is a basic slang term for experiencing the intoxicating effects of cannabis. And if you love Greek mythology, it's the term for what Medusa did to the subjects who laid eyes upon her before Perseus decapitated her by using a mirror to gauge her position through the reflection.
Getting stoned.
First show, dog. First show.
Straight up.
By the way, some of the world's greatest works of art are stoned. The statue of David, the Venus de Milo, the great Roman statue of Beardanimus Loraximus.
Oh, yes, I love that one.
Yeah, brother.
Sweet.
Hand
famous,
rubbed
dog.
marble.
Yeah. Hey, Juan, where can the world find you on Instagram or any social media platform?
It's at GANJAGOD 206. It's GANJAGOD 206, and yeah.
He's the ganja god.
Yeah.
You'll find all my work there. It's like a portfolio. I don't really have any like filler or food pics or anything. It's just art.
Appreciate you
Cool.
coming
That's
on the
what's
Leaf
up.
Live podcast, brother.
Yeah,
Yes.
appreciate for having me.
My pleasure. Hey,
What's
Wes,
up, man?
next week, martial arts and cannabis. From mural art to martial arts.
Hey.
A little Kung Fu Panda action.
Bring it on.
Download this and all Leaf Life episodes at leafmagazines.com. And please subscribe on YouTube at Leaf Life Podcast V2. Now get ready for another episode of Stony Baloney, which is also available at leafmagazines.com. And please be kind to animals.
Your hosts for Leaf Life are Mike Ricker and Wes Abney. Leaf Life is produced by Mike Daly. Some of the music heard is provided by purple-planet.com. Every bit of cannabis you use is female, so please respect the ladies. Leaf Life is brought to you by Leaf Nation, featuring Alaska Leaf, Oregon Leaf, Northwest Leaf, Maryland Leaf, Amsterdam Leaf, and California Leaf. On the shelf now in your local retailer. Now, please stay tuned for this week's edition of Stony Baloney by Mike Ricker.
Stony Baloney by Mike Ricker.
Antisocial media. It's getting extremely difficult to differentiate between feelings in the cyber world and the real world. I mean, how do you know the true intention of someone who communicates with smiley faces blowing heart kisses or gushes copious amounts of tears when they find something to be funny, yet won't return your phone call for 4 days? Come to think of it, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard I cried. I wish it happened more often. I think I'm starting to get it, though. These icons represent a version of what that person is tending to feel, so it is our job to know this and just go with it. It is a sentiment they wish they were truly able to experience, but so extreme that actualizing it is unrealistic. However, so long as we all know what the intended emotion is, then that makes them an amazing person who understands the gravity of the moment, which quantifies them as incredibly thoughtful, interesting, and intuitive, even though they are not interesting at all. You see, what I find in real life is that if you're caught crying or laughing too hard, you're perceived as weird and awkward, and therefore avoided. Like someone might not feel comfortable looking you directly in the eyes with piercing meaning and giving you a hard hug, so they'll cheer you up by texting you an eyeball, a heart, and a female sheep. But to actually say, I love you, is on a level that is far too personal, which makes things weird and awkward, and therefore avoided. What we've become is a society bent on connecting through emojis. I'm pretty sure they mastered that crap thousands of years ago in Egypt when it was called cuneiform. Now we have something called evolved language, but nonetheless have resorted back to hieroglyphics. Sometimes I wish these people's minds would literally blow. Or is that the emoji for when you puff the world's most amazing bong hit? I can't fucking tell anymore.
Stony baloney. Some of the wardrobe, including Ricker and Wes's sick lids, is provided by Grassroots California. Check out the dopeness at grassrootscalifornia.com.
These products have intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming.
Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment.
Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug.
There may be health risks associated with consumption of these products.
For use by adults 21 and older.
Keep out of the reach of children.